Planters Bank was founded in 1946 by farmers and business owners because they needed a community bank that knew them and understood their business. A lot has changed since then, but Merchants and Planters Bank is still employee-owned and operated, and we're still committed to knowing and understanding the needs of every customer we serve. Great rates, fast turnarounds, and experienced local bankers ready to work for you. That's why you should choose Merchants and Planters Bank. Stop at any of our 12 locations or contact us at mnpbank.com.
The Subway and the Walmart Super Center Coaches Report, and this is Brian Reardon who joins us, the new head man of the Newport Greyhounds. Brian Reardon, it's been a while since I've seen you, but I've seen you coach on Friday nights lots of times. Welcome to Newport, Arkansas, my friend.
Hey, it's good to be home. Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all having me. Looking forward to having a little fun here.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about Brian Reardon. For those folks that don't know, and you've been in the closet if you're a Greyhound football fan, the name Reardon is kind of synonymous with a long run of Greyhound football players. Great. Talk about you, your family, and your brothers, and that run that you guys had here as Newport Greyhound football players.
Well, we had my mom and dad had 11 years straight. I'm going to say from 87, Joey would have come, maybe even 86, Joey, 86, 87, 88, 87, 88, 89. Yeah, 87 to 97, 11-year run where they had a Reardon on the team without a break. A lot of times there was two of us on the team. You know, me and Breen played together. Joey and Breen played together. Then Matt and Luke got a year together. So long run. They're excited to come back. They've been to some games throughout the years, but not like they used to, obviously. But they're excited. They're like I said, they're going to be buying their season passes, and I told them I may can get them free. I don't know how that works, but if not, they can buy their season pass like everybody else.
You told me an interesting story that I want to ask you about. You got hooked on Greyhound football when you were real young, sitting at your house. Tell me that story about you and the boys sitting there at your house.
We moved here in August of 1981, and my dad took a job at the steel mill. Stayed there for 41 years until about a year or two ago. And we kind of had to hurry up and move down here. And I think we stayed in a hotel for a little while. I'll skip all the details on that. But they pushed us out of the hotel because there was a whole lot of craziness going on. So the steel mill had an old trailer on it. We lived in it for 9 weeks. Well, so we went out to Castleberry at the time. At the end of that 9 weeks, they finally found a house on Lakeshore Drive, the house I'm going to move back into.
Right.
And it was a Friday night. We were moving in over there, and I could hear the intercom, speaker. You could hear it plain as day down there, And
You're just a couple of blocks from the stadium.
Literally, yeah. Well, I've already walked to school a couple of times. I just left my truck. So I'm just going to walk down there. But anyway, my dad, my uncle were there, and we took a break, and the sun was dropping. I said, "What's that down there?" And he goes, "That's the football team in town here. The Greyhounds." And my uncle said, "Well, I heard they're pretty good this year. You want to go down there and watch them?" And I said, "Heck yeah!" So me and my two older brothers, we walked down with my uncle and stood outside the fence right there. And that happened to be when Billy Warren and Theo Young and all them won the state championship in '81. So it was at that point. After that, I think I walked every single game until I was playing, and saw every Friday night. I was one of the first ones down there.
You got hooked?
I got hooked. I did, and now I'm right back there on that same porch. I may walk to the games now.
Tell us a little bit about Brian Reardon and what all you've done since you graduated from high school and where you've coached. And you've got an interesting story, and it's not a conventional. I got out of college and went right into coaching. So tell your story.
No, that's correct. I was in college. I was in the restaurant business. I ended up managing Shorty Smalls down North Little Rock. I had a lot of fun doing that. I'd see a lot of Newport people come down there. And the ongoing joke was that every time a Newport guy came in, I was giving them a discount. And I was like, "Dang right, I am." You know how we are. We're all loyal to each other. And I did that for 4 or 5 years, and then moved up to Northwest Arkansas doing the same thing, and got a crazy way I ended up getting into coaching. And that's what I always wanted to do. I had my degree, and I was just, really just being immature and wasn't in a big hurry for real life,
right?
Way I considered it, I hired a guy in the restaurant, and he was coaching at West Fork, and I said, "Man, that's what I need to. That's what I went to school to do, and that's what I want to do." And he goes, "Well," he come back the next day. He said, "Hey, we'll take on one more volunteer. His head coach wants to meet you." I mean, it was a casual conversation.
Really?
And I said, "Well, I didn't know you were that serious about it, but hey, I'll go talk to him." Next thing you know, 2 days later, I'm working for West Fork as a linebacker coach, and like I said earlier, we made the state semifinals that year, and that was '06, and the rest is history. I ended up working there, and I worked at Gravit up in Northwest Arkansas. come back to Southside in 2010 and got on there. It was really kind of looking as a stepping stone job, just to be honest with you.
Sure.
But I saw the potential to build the program and be part of that, and I loved the community, and I met my wife. That had a little bit to do with sticking around there too. 12 years go by. I was thinking 2 or 3.
Well, we just talked about before we got on. 12 years is a long time for somebody to stay within a program, and you did that, and this job comes open, and you jump at the opportunity.
Absolutely. You know, I had no intentions of going anywhere. It's probably the only job I would even put in for. You know, and I said that before it came open. I said I don't think I'll go anywhere unless the Newport job comes open, and it did. You know, and I was there as a coordinator there, DC, for about 8 years. And the last 2 years I was the head coach, and we had a really good year. And thank goodness for that. It kind of helped springboard me into getting this job because, you know, it's not an easy job to get. You got to have a little bit of a resume. So, yeah, as soon as it popped open, a couple people called, "Are you going to put in for it?" I said, "I already have." You know,
there you go.
I think I accept phone calls that I've already interviewed for it, actually. And,
yes, sir.
So I was the first. They were trying to line it up for the next week. I said, "Can I come in tomorrow?" And John Bradley called me back and said, "We'll get you in tomorrow."
There you go. There you go.
I said, "I don't want to waste any time, man. Let's get this thing going."
Talk a little bit about being here and already establishing your culture within the program. We're in spring practice right now. I mean, you're working here now. I mean, left Southside, came here on contract. Talk a little bit about your expectations of what these kids can do.
Well, like I said, when I came in, I even told the kids, I said, you know, I'm not coming into a rebuild. The place is in a good situation. Hansi's done a great job here. They've been winning a lot of games. Went to the quarterfinals last year. I mean,
yes, sir.
That's hard to get to the quarterfinals. You know, you get to that level and pass, that's when you're elite, you know. I said, I'm just going to call it a reboot. I'm going to put my personality into it, and I'm going to put my energy into it. And like I said, everybody has their own philosophy, their own culture. We're having a lot of fun. I enjoy the job.
Sure.
I'm probably more of a player's coach than most coaches. You know, now when it's time to get busy, it's time to get busy, though. They've already realized that. But we have fun in the coach's office. We joke a lot. I have fun with the kids. But as long as they understand that line when it's time to get to work, and I'm very intense on Friday nights, very intense in practice. So like I said, it's been fun. It's new right now. We'll see how things go when you get to playing ball games. You know how that works.
Absolutely.
It's going to get a little tougher when we run into Osceola and Stuttgart, Truman and BB.
Boy, it's a tough opening schedule.
I said, well, that's a great way to be introduced to the ground football. But, you know, I actually talked to Hansi a lot in off-season. We were trying to line up a game. It was hard for Newport to find games.
Sure.
Because a lot of bigger schools don't necessarily want to play down and play a good 3A school. Right. So it's tough. So it's going to be good for us. We get through that gauntlet, win them all possibly, win a couple of them, whatever. You know, it's going to be a great experience to get into conference play. It's all about getting into that conference play.
Where along the way did you ever think, boy, I might be the head coach of Newport, Arkansas? I know that you think about, boy, I'd like to do that, I'd like to do that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, did you ever really believe that would happen?
You know, not really. I didn't know. I just thought it was because growing up, when I grew up here, you know, it was almost like you kind of looked at Coach Key like a college coach. You know?
Right.
I mean,
sure.
You know?
Yeah.
So did I think about it, dream about it? Yeah, you know, everybody does, but it didn't become I didn't think the reality was ever going to happen until probably literally when I came to interview, and I thought, well, this could be real. You know, this might actually be something that happens. But until then, I was happy where I was at. I was in a great school, and I loved Southside, everything about it. You know, but nothing's like coming home. A lot of great kids here. I've already built a lot of good relationships with them. feel like I've been here for 6 months. And
right,
I've been here 3.5 weeks, I think, or whatever. So, yeah, the reality it was real surreal the first week. So it still hadn't set in at first. I'd say a couple weeks in, I walked out and looked around the stadium. I said, man.
It's pretty neat, isn't it?
No pressure here. Everybody's walking in talking. Y'all going to make it to Little Rock this year? Whew, we hadn't been there in 31 years. That's the goal, but that's a hard goal to reach. And then, you know, I thought this is going to be fun. You know, I want to enjoy the process.
I think when you walk out there and you do walk around, being an old Greyhound, and you look around at the facility and you look at having played right out there on that field, I think it means a lot to all of us who have been there. And I know from a personal standpoint, and looking at the Reardon family, I'll never forget the last game that I called. I mean, I called every one of those games that you guys played in. Yeah. And when Luke played his last ball game, I thought, well, I guess that's going to be the last time I ever announce a game that a Reardon's playing in. And lo and behold, a few years later, here we go again.
I'll be on the sidelines calling. You don't want me out there in the field anymore.
Brian Reardon, welcome to Newport, Arkansas, the head Greyhound. We look forward to this coming fall and many, many years to come. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
And as always,
go Hounds!
Jane, David, and Bud Black here at Greyhound Field. It is a playoff atmosphere, and it is a lot of fun, a lot of excitement as Newport meets Hot Springs. Our company and the Siloam Springs Ball Club on the field. The Greyhounds fixing to make their appearance in just a moment.
And hello again, everybody, and welcome to Cable Channel 15 for the rebroadcast of the Newport Greyhounds 1996 style. I'm David Black, joined with Randy Klepechka, and it's playoff time as the Newport Greyhounds play host to the Hamburg Lions.
Now, this is a great night for football, and two good football teams are here. Hot Springs Lakeside, their first time in the playoffs in a long, long time, coming in to take on one of the perennial state powers, the Newport Greyhounds.
Well, hello again, everybody, and welcome to Cable Channel 15, and it's Greyhound football playoff style as the Newport Greyhounds on Friday night played host to the Alma Airedales. I'm David Black, and I'll be calling the play-by-play. Well, hello again, everybody, and welcome to Greyhound football here on Cable Channel 15. It's the Newport Greyhounds on the road at Stuttgart. The Ricebirds playing host to the Greyhounds in the first round of the 4A AAA playoffs. I'm David.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the year 2000 playoffs. And the Newport Greyhounds, once again, are right where they're accustomed to being in the playoffs. And they had to do it with a tremendous come-from-behind win at Batesville that got them here. It earns a long road trip down the interstate to Arkadelphia. Hi, everybody, welcome to Greyhound football. Randy Klepechka, David Black, Galen Farber, and Bud Black from Alma, Arkansas, where Newport and Alma have teamed up before in a couple of great classic playoff games for the Hounds, winning both of them the state championship in 1981, 26-14, and a 7-0 victory back in the early 90s in the second round of the playoff. Hi, everybody, this is Bud Black, and welcome to the excitement of playoff championship-style football as the Newport Greyhounds take on the Boonville Bearcats in the second round of the state class AAA high school playoffs. Two teams.
Well, there it is. You see it. We love our Hounds, and it is playoff time in Newport, Arkansas. The Newport Greyhounds hosting the Piggott.
So it's playoff atmosphere. We are up here in northwest Arkansas in the heart of the beautiful city of Springdale, Arkansas.
Well, it's a new season for Newport Greyhound football, and the Newport Greyhounds are on the road as we taped on Friday night in northwest Arkansas. And do we mean northwest Arkansas? Randy C., we're up where we were near last year.
Yeah, Dave, we've been used to making that northwest Arkansas trip. It seems like the last 4 or 5 years. We've been to Alma, we've been to Atkins, we've been to Shiloh, and we've been to Farmington now.
Well, good evening, everyone. It's Randy Klepechka along with David Black for playoff football. It's 8:30 in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. We have not yet started a football game yet. We've had a heck of a storm come through, lightning, heavy rain, and so we've delayed this game for a little over.
Well, hello again, everybody, and welcome to Cable Channel 15. And Randy C., it's a different view because it's a different time of year. It is playoff time at Greyhound Field, and it's the Newport Greyhounds playing host to a real good Dumas football team. Just Law Bulldogs in the first round of the 2008 playoffs. Randy C., it's an exciting time of year for high school football.
Absolutely, unless we forget the 22nd straight year for the Newport Greyhounds to be in the state playoffs, the longest active streak in the state, maybe the longest streak ever, I don't know.
And it's playoff time for the Newport Greyhounds for the 23rd year in a row. The Newport Greyhounds playing host to the Stuttgart Ricebirds in what should be an outstanding football game. It's Cable Channel 15 and the Newport Greyhounds for the 24th consecutive year. It's playoff action, and the Newport Greyhounds are on the road on the other side of the state in Boonville, Arkansas. Again, sports fans, and welcome to Greyhound football on Cable Channel 15 TV, and it is this week playoff time. We talked about last week the ball game between Newport and Southside had playoff implications, as it certainly did, and the Hounds came away with a huge victory against Southside that catapulted them to the 25th year in a row to be in the playoffs. Well, it's the Two Chicks Florist Moore birthday report. We thank those folks down at Two Chicks And if you're needing some of your flowers replanted, you need some new shrubs, you need some new trees, you need anything that has to do with gardening, you can check out Two Chicks Florist and More. They've just got a wide variety of things to pick from. If you need flowers, make sure you check out the flower shop. And, of course, graduation gifts are still available at Two Chicks Florist and More. The birthdays today brought to you by Two Chicks Florist and More. Michael Hackney, David Collier, both with birthdays today. Also, Jonathan Smith, Brandy Michelle Toddy, James Summers has a birthday today. Gunnar Bullard, Steve Thomas, James Ludwig, and Marilyn Winston, all with birthdays on today. We wish those folks a happy birthday, and those folks who have birthdays coming up this week, those folks who celebrated birthdays last week, and anybody around the world that has a birthday coming up soon. Happy birthday from Two Chicks Florist and More.
defense has really taken control of the football game here in the second quarter, but their offense has been unable to get them back into the scoreboard. 14-0 Newport. But Jonesboro has really won the battle here in the second quarter, but David, they don't have anything on the board to show for it, and the Hounds must be extremely careful at their own 8-yard line.
Now is when you certainly want the clock to run.
Second down and 22 for the Hounds at their own 8. Boy, if you ever needed a big play, this might be it. I don't think the Hounds are going to throw it down here. I think they'll just have to punt it. The give is straight ahead. Here's Rucker into the secondary. Rucker to the 20. Rucker 25. Deep 30. First down 35. 40. 45. 50. One man to beat at the 40. Rucker to the 30. Rucker to the 20. Rucker 15. 10. 5. Touchdown! Holy smokes!
92 yards for Steve Rucker, and you talk about a big play. We talked last week that Rucker had not broken the big one. There was a man that had an angle on him about the 30-yard line, and Rucker went past him like a smoking train. Newport leads it 20-0, and what a big play by Steve Rucker.
Take this opportunity to thank all of our sponsors on Cable 15 TV and Facebook Live Sports Unleashed. And that list is long, and we certainly appreciate all of them, or we wouldn't be able to put these programs together. Included in that list is C&M Ag Depot at 2900 Highway 367 North. Farm supplies, hardware, clothing store, power tools, you name it. Before you shop out of town, come see us at C&M Ag Depot. Dia Scrap Metal, buying cars, iron, copper, can, brass, steel, stainless, electric motors. They buy everything and they pay in real money. Give them a call at 523-3858 for more information. Fletcher Land Survey. Before you build that fence, make sure you have accurate boundaries. If you don't, you might mess up and have to tear it down. Give Kenny a call at 523-5625. Other sponsors include Fathead Pizza. That's one word and it's all caps. And it's the Hembry Brothers, Joey and Marcus. Great pizza, fresh, hot sandwiches, and the salad supreme that's second to none. You can call your order in at 870-201-1313. They'll have it ready to go. It'll be piping hot when you pick it up. Delta Trailer, been involved for 50 plus years right here in Newport, Arkansas. Dale Lee started this business many years ago in his backyard. And he built one trailer, and then one trailer went to two trailers, and then the third trailer, and then pretty soon it's a multi-trailer business, sending trailers all across the United States and Canada. These guys do it right, and let me tell you, there's no better family in Jackson County than the Eves family. And then also Temp Pro. If you need that air conditioner check, Sam and John Laster are the guys. Give them a call at 501-827-3213. And the White River Health System has the care you need when you need it in Newport and Batesville. In Newport, Dr. Randall Hunt, Dr. Nicole Lawson, and APRN Marlo Hargrave for your primary care needs at the Newport Diagnostic Medical Clinic. You can give them a call at 512-2500 for an appointment. Until next time, everybody, this is David Black from Cable 15 TV and Sports Unleashed. Thank you. See you next week.